everyone, how's it going?
Hey,
Just
I'm back.
Hi.
uh
A
so
wild Ryan has appeared. Cheers.
that's all you have to say for yourself for being gone so long is
I mean, I can attempt to explain it, but it's work there. Spent some time in some other countries and time zones that were not compatible with trying to meet up with you guys, and unfortunately, I was not able to make those trips coincide with the European Open, so I had to miss that, unfortunately, and you know.
couldn't go smack talk face to face with True Mr. Six then.
No. I actually tried. I tried to get them to rearrange schedules and whatnot, and then they rearranged it the opposite way on me, and then I ended up having to work French hours that week anyway. So
French hours.
Is that like with eggs on it?
kind of, yeah. It's more like buttery
cheese.
croissants.
Ooh.
By
Is it
the
true they all do that? They all go after every sentence?
I've never heard one of them do that.
All right, fine.
I don't think you're
The big
hanging
one
out
I
with
hear
true
is
French people.
yada yada yada.
Yada,
Yada
yada,
yada 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 yada.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
the
disappointing. I'll be honest.
I never would have guessed. Who would have thunken?
And by the way, we're CRGR. We're just here. This is our weekly live stream, talking about whatever. I forgot to post the stupid thing for the list that we. Yeah. All right, hold on. Continue to talk. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, part of what we can go over is like, you guys can catch me up on what's happened in the last, what has it been, 5 weeks since I've been on, something like that.
I don't know. Time stood still for me when you were gone.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. So we I know we finished season 2 of the Legacy tournament. That was and then we just placed the announcement and sign up sheet for season 3. We've already had a couple people sign up for it.
Yep.
So, what day does that one starts? The 18th, is it? Am I remembering correctly?
The last day to sign up is the 18th. The first day of matchups is going to be announced on the 22nd. That's when people can go.
Okay.
In.
So the week of Christmas is the first week of matches.
Yeah,
Perfect.
this is not going to be great for scheduling.
No, but as such, we're making a couple of other accommodations on it. As we. Yeah, I say we discussed. As Chris mentioned to me, and I just kind of went, sure, whatever. We are going to do this only as a 4-week tournament, no matter how many people we have who enter. If it gets to a point where we have enough entrants and there is a match or two that needs to be played to get final numbers for the top, we will have those individuals play that additional match, but we're not going to have everyone play 5 rounds through that.
I think it just led to a lot of people being frustrated previously, including me, because it was fellowship pretty much up to the second week.
From my point of view, I got distracted with work there for the last week, so that specifically that week 5 that turned into week 5, 6, and 7 was disastrous, is the best way I can put it from an organizer standpoint. But we did have a winner, and I will be reaching out to them to figure out what prize they want. I know you guys have already updated the ban list and all that stuff in my absence. So
one of us has.
I was trying to be polite to the rest of you, okay?
Chris does all the things.
I was just, for one thing, Ryan, you have it set up to where you like have it so intuitive and smart, and I'm just like, I need to do this, and I'm like trying to hammer a keyboard to do it, and then like Ryan's like, you just got to go in here and do. It's not a post, you idiot. It's a what'd you say? What is it supposed to be?
It's a page.
It's a page. I'm like, oh, all right. What does that mean?
What a big old dum-dum.
I got it figured out now, though. It doesn't take one person to run their website now. It's like me and him now.
Yep, there's at least 2 of us. There's a third one. Joe knows how to write articles, so we're good there.
Sweet.
But knows how to write articles. He just doesn't post them himself.
Yeah. What it is.
That's a little bit of an insight to our channel, I guess.
So why
Little
haven't
behind
we
the
seen a whole
curtain
lot of
action.
content on crgr.rocks in the last couple of weeks? Because I haven't been here.
Ryan's been away.
I think I think we're gonna start posting our commander stuff on there because we do stuff a little bit
Yep.
more often for the commander stuff. I think.
Well, and it's set up for it. I didn't build it just as a Dice Masters only thing. I
Built
put
as the
in
game room.
tags for
It's the game room page.
for the game room. It's for all the games. So yeah, Mike Ryan's
Hey, Mike.
back. Cheers.
To a few people in Europe's dismay, he is back.
Yep.
Oh man.
In more ways than one, they are upset that I'm not there. So
So just to circle back to the sign up sheet, just to make sure that everyone is understands and is clear, you don't have to have your team submitted. All you're doing when you do the sign up form is saying that you're going to participate. And once you do that, Ryan or Chris or maybe even Joe, I don't know, because it's not going to be me, we'll go in there and create a channel specifically for you. It'll have your name on it. It'll be in the CRGR game Discord. And what you'll do is you have that thing. What you'll do is you'll have time to brew your team, test it, and do all those things to make sure you get it exactly the way you want it. And by the 18th, you have to have those deck lists submitted into that channel, which only the admins can view, which would be Ryan or Chris, since they're not playing in the tournament. And they have to be the list from the Dice Coalition page. So that'll make it easier for everybody.
and Chris did actually also add the
Bot.
It used to be the collector bot. I can't remember. Brainiac bot.
Brainiac.
So you can use all the Brainiac commands for having your team list shown and stuff like that in that channel now. So
That was a big hassle last time. That's why we wanted
Yes.
to make sure that got added on.
Yeah, that was a mistake on my part last time. But overall, from what feedback I got from people and whatnot, having those channels instead of having to have teams created when you submitted that you wanted to join worked out very well for everyone. So
Cool.
We still had the usual 2 people drop at the beginning, like we do every single time. I don't think there's any way
It
to get around
happens.
that.
Yeah.
No, but again, we didn't have the massive of the last 2 days having 15 people join the tournament. Everyone was able to join in advance, and then it was just one of those. Oh yeah, I forgot I signed up. Yeah, I need. Let me submit that team list for you. So it like I said, I think it worked out. For everyone. People were able to sign up for the tournament and then build the team as needed and not get to that last minute and go, you know what, I forgot to build that team. I'm just not even going to enter. They came back and they're like, sorry, I didn't have time to build a team. I'm going to have to drop. And I'm fine with that. It decreased the numbers, but we still had a very positive outing. We had what was it, 18 or
Something like
how many people? Yeah, I mean, a very good showing for that last tournament. So I suspect due to the time of year, this Legacy 3 won't have as many people play.
which that was going to be obvious from when we were planning out the year.
Right.
Yeah.
But I hope that the idea of the limited playlist will entice enough people to join that we'll still have a decent turnout. I'm hoping, I'll put the money on the table now. I'm hoping to see around 14 people for this tournament.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's good.
And a reminder, we have all kinds of prize support now. Thanks to Ryan and his awesome stack of
Oh, you
of
guys haven't even
swag.
seen all of it. I got a whole nother bag.
Oh my
now
god.
here.
We spoke about it. We didn't say everything that was in there because we didn't want to say something that we shouldn't have. So
there's the box that WizKid sent me, full of
Goodies.
randomness, and then I found an old bag of stuff.
Oh, that's all kinds of OP kits
from Docks and Duncanville and stuff like that. So
nice. So we got the swag. So yeah, that's all. I don't know all of it. Obviously, not all of it is up for grabs, but
well,
there's prizes to be had, guys.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And me and Ryan are going to get together and try to figure out what we're going to do for the prize for the invitational. Since me and him are going to be running these next 2 tournaments, we're going to figure out, especially for the invitational, we're probably going to get everyone involved, but there will be good prizes for it because.
Well, and yeah, I mean, so to our viewers out there and those that are watching live, go ahead and put in the chat now, and those that are watching later, our Discord channel, please speak up there. But what would you like to see as a prize for season 4? The invitational, the end of this this legacy tournament here. We've got the some patron money there, to be able to get some fun stuff there. So give us some ideas, give us some feedback. Dice tower, play mats,
Ben said
something
Scott
that I haven't
sleeves.
thought of. Ben said Scott Yu-Gi-Oh card sleeves.
Oh, that would be so glorious.
Yeah, I mean, we're willing to have some fun with this one, and or we're if you want to go serious, we'll go serious with it. If we need a CRGR spoon because I still haven't gotten my MOD spoon.
Headphone users, we're sorry.
Yeah.
If we need to make a CRGR spoon, we can do that.
We'll make a fork.
I don't know. We don't have the prototypes of the spoons from the mod spoon. I don't know if we have the technology to rebuild it.
We don't.
Oh, whoa! Hold on. Did you steal that?
I don't want to know where you pulled that out of.
Hold on. Are you Nicolas Cage because you just stole a national treasure?
Oh my God.
No, I'm going to counterfeit a national treasure.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right. Oh man.
Fantastic.
So again, and I want to say this: Robert may not do anything on the website per se, but anything I type, you guys see that's put out. Robert edits everything I put out because he's like,
oh yeah, you don't want to see what we come up with originally.
Robert's the editor of the channel. He makes sure everything looks smart and not stupid. So if it does look stupid, it's on him.
Yeah.
Or
all his
they
fault.
didn't go through me and they did it themselves. We'll go with that.
Nope, never gonna do it. Everything I do goes through you, Robert.
Oh my God. No. Oh,
whether I actually did or not, we put it out there. It went through you. It's your fault.
Done.
So I don't. Yep. That is something that Robert does, and that's a very hard, tough thing to do to make us not sound. He's the Chris speaker because he like when I come up with ideas, they're jumbled and not really like good.
I'm the Chris whisperer.
Yeah, the Chris whisperer.
Yeah.
Because when I come up with some ideas, everyone's like, "What the heck are you talking about?" And Robert's like, "Well, what he's trying to say is blah 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 blah." And like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, okay, that makes.
What he's
a lot
saying
more
is
sense
you pull
now.
the door. That's what he meant to say.
I know he said a lot about pushing, but no, he didn't mean that.
That's not what he meant.
He was trying to say anti-push, so pull.
Can we should get a dice tower that says anti-push. Oh my
Let's
God.
get our t-shirt. Let's get our t-shirt guy on that. Oh wait, we don't have a t-shirt guy.
You know what's cool? So I did just order a drawing, like an actual drawing tablet to connect to the computer. Should be arriving on Monday, so I can work on some actual digital art now. Besides my iPad, which I love my iPad, but my iPad's not very. It's an iPad. It's weird.
It's
so
weird,
usually any of the digital art that you see, kind of like the flaming taco and the little pawn with the hood, I did that on my iPad. But I felt like I could do something better with an actual drawing tablet. So hopefully we might be able to do something with t-shirts or designs and logos and stuff for mats and stuff like that. So
how is that artwork working out? The app. Have you not used it? You've used.
I haven't used it yet. I'm waiting for the tablet to come in because I can't. All I have is my very well.
And a lot of stuff that Robert did before was kind of hand drawn. Then he like you sometimes took a picture of it and traced it on your tablet, right?
Yeah, and that's such a hassle.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that. Monday, hopefully, I'll have it on Monday. So,
was it a Cyber Monday deal that you picked up?
I actually ordered it yesterday, but it did have $100 coupon, which I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. So $400 tablet got it for $300.
Wacom tablet.
No, it's a was it a Huion? I think it was a
Okay.
Huion tablet.
What's funny is he was debating, like, we were talking, and we were
Or
talking
it might be
through
XP pen. Sorry.
we were talking through the purchase, and I'll be honest, I was looking at cat memes and laughing my ass off at that.
Yeah, he really was. It was weird. It was gifts. Cat gifts.
Cat gifts. But he was sitting there talking about all these things, and I'm just like sitting there looking at cats sitting on cats. And then he was just like, "Well, this one's like $100 more, but I don't know." And I was like, "Well, just put it in the thing." And I told him to install. I've told him to install Honey so many times, but he got the discount for it before he installed Honey. So, but yeah, it worked
And
out.
we're not sponsored by Honey, but that's
No.
Chris's personal endorsement there for it. So
No.
I save $4 to $5 every time I eat at Olive Garden. It's
Oh,
worth
look
it.
at you.
that
Also,
would save
Chris's
me
favorite
no money a
movie.
year.
Chris's favorite movie is the Jessica Alba movie, Honey. So there's also that.
Like I just got slapped in my face.
Oh, sorry. That movie's
Are you
garbage.
sure it was your face?
Right across the buttocks. All right.
Ah, you guys
So-
missed me.
We did. And yeah, so that's the sign up, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
and Robert's most likely going to be playing in it. So
Most likely.
I kind of wanted to talk about teams that I was thinking about playing, but I'm not going to be playing in the tournament. But and this all stems from me watching Titans. That's what it stems from. As I was watching it, I was like, the first episode where Hawk and Dove are prevalent, and I was like, that would be kind of a good combo in the tournament because there's not much to stop it. You just got to get the right ramp, and I think there's still some ramp in there to do just that. And so in my head, I started putting together the team, and I thought that Mimic would be good, Psylocke would be good, Hawk Dove, of course, and then possibly Bishop, just to stop the... Or is Bishop banned? No?
Let's check. I don't think it is.
Yeah. So I think
Continue.
there's going to be a lot of people trying to go wide strategies. And I think if you just got you get big enough bodies and you have enough doves out there to get knocked out,
It's not.
It's not? Okay. So that would be a good way to just stop the pinging damage that I think will happen this next tournament. You got to
See,
prioritize Bishop.
if I were to play in it, I'd probably go with a bit more, probably more of an infiltrate team.
You are a dirty infiltrator.
I am. I think.
That sounds so horrible.
Do I think it's gonna win the tournament? No, but I think if some of the pieces aren't banned this round in the invitational, it's gonna be a much higher threat.
Yeah.
So I think some people are especially with the 2-team mentality. I personally think it's gonna show up on at least half a dozen of teams of some sort, that there's going to be some infiltrate pieces there. That's my thought.
I also think the flip teams where the Catwoman,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah,
have
that-
under surveillance where it's unblockable on level 1, but you still have all the things from it flipping.
Or Red Hood. I mean, there's the Bird Song. There's several of those guys that get beefy quick.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people. We'll kind of jump subjects here.
Why not?
Real fast. I know a lot of people were under the idea that the Invitational would have the Waterdeep sets out, and so they were kind of building with ideas of, in the season 4 Invitational, using some of those new pieces from Waterdeep. But now that that's been delayed and won't be available before that tournament starts, all of a sudden, a lot of these other themes, the Infiltrate, the Catwoman flip, the Titans team, stuff, all of a sudden move back high on the list of potential ideas.
Yeah, and I think Jocelyn's winning the tournament last year with all the bans she got messed up a lot of strategies. It seemed like she just put things on the team to get it banned.
Oh, most definitely, one of those teams was very much and I just don't ever want to see these cards ever again.
Yeah, that Iceman team for sure.
I mean, not an FU team. It was I don't ever want to see these cards again. Just get them out of here.
It was an FU to the cards themselves. That's
what it was an FU to the cards, not an FU to the players.
It was like, fuck these cards, get them out of here.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah. So yeah, there's so many things that are banned, and one of the biggest concerns that a lot of people had is ramp, getting that getting that good ramp going, and we still
I
have
think that
there's still a lot of ramp out there. I think.
I don't think ramp is as big of an issue as churn.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think
Yeah,
churn is going to be the harder thing.
gotta get that butter.
Most people think ramp and churn as the exact same thing, but they're not. Ramp is getting more dice in one turn. Churn is getting something through your bag faster.
Yeah.
So
Cosmic
I think
cube.
I think churn is going to be the biggest issue currently. Is how quickly can you get something, get it out, miss it, and get it back through and go again. Whereas back in season one,
Anything.
there was people could get it. Oh, in 2 rounds, it's back.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, that's not going to be the case anymore.
I think
So
what
what
go ahead.
what kind of churn mechanics do we have? What cards do
Well,
we have left for
as
churn?
just mentioned in our chat, Power
Mhm.
Almighty
Power
is still
Almighty from
there.
Michael Werner. Thanks, Michael.
And
I'm not
it's there,
familiar with
but
that card.
Power Almighty. So
I'll look it up right now.
any character in the field spins up a level. Any that cannot spin up, you get to prep a die for. So it works
Okay.
great with sidekicks. You get 3 sidekicks out in the field. They can't spin up. You get to prep 3 dice. So it does work, but it's not super fast. It's not something that turn 2, turn 3 you're able to capitalize heavily on. Power Almighty is a much later game churn
Ooh,
tactic.
it's a 4 cost. It's
Yeah,
I
expensive.
think
it's good. Don't get me wrong. When it fires off, especially
feels
that
good.
mid to late game,
It
it's
can.
fantastic.
And the thing about you, there's still reduction for basic actions out there.
Mhm.
So 4
It,
cost
it
isn't
4 costs is
unrealistic.
no. I mean, there's still Malekith is still out there. Supreme Intelligence is still there. There's a couple that will reduce it. It's not unheard of. But again, in my experience, Power Almighty is not that early. I'm going to use this to cycle through and get what I need instantly. It's a much later game churn through stuff. We're not like, happy birthday, Reg. Reg,
Yeah.
who is rolling 13 dice around in the weekly dice arena last night. You
Whoa.
know, that just it didn't matter what Oh, I'll buy it, and if I don't get it this round, cool. I'm rolling 13 dice every round.
That's so
No big
gross.
deal. You know, um, you
Another
know
thing is the common cube, cosmic cube. That's a replacement.
that is still one of my favorites. So we're talking the one that you pull your 4 dice. You can then set any of those aside and pull replacements for them. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
Which one?
Cosmic.
Cosmic Cube?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah. So that is the epitome of early churn. Because it's a 2 cost.
hmm
You're going to be able to get it early, and you're going to be able to cycle through your bag quickly to get that one piece that you need quickly.
You don't have to roll it.
And you don't. Well, no, you don't have to roll the cosmic cube for it, which
Mhm.
is great. Gets past all that stuff. You still have to roll whatever it is that
Yeah.
you ultimately pick up. But so I do expect we'll probably see that on probably 3 or 4 teams. We'll see see something like that. That may be a
Another.
bit optimistic on me, but I tend to value that card a lot better, a lot higher than a lot of other people do.
Yeah, Michael
Um,
Warner also mentioned stretch with the global. Pay a fist once per turn. You may draw and roll a die. Move a die from your reserve pool to your use pile. So that's pretty good. But the basic action is a 2 cost, and it's pretty good too. It says move any number of dice from your used pile to your bag, and if you get it on either burst side, you also draw and roll a die.
yeah.
So
So
that's
again,
pretty good.
yeah, and again, we're not saying that there's no prep, no nothing, no
Yeah,
churn. It's just the staples are gone. You're having to
yeah.
get a little bit more inventive with it, and it has to. It's no longer just and this is my churn piece or this is my ramp piece. It tends to need to have
You have
fit
to build
in.
with it. You have to
Yeah,
actually
it
build it
has to
into your
fit into
team.
the team a lot more.
Yeah.
Cobble it together, so to speak.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
other pieces have to be stronger so you can have a spot for this thing.
Right.
So, and that's going to be tough with with the pool that we have now, which is still not a bad pool.
Um,
But now you got to get those wheels turning a little.
the one I
But
used for my last team was Supreme Intelligence, and on a low to the ground fast team, it's super good.
Supreme Intelligence is one that we're probably going to see a lot of. I would say that's probably going to be the one that we see the most of. I think it's the one that people are the most comfortable with right now, left out of the competitive meta pieces.
Wow.
So
What's up, Jazzy?
Hey Mel. Yeah, so for anyone out there in Dice Masters land that's not familiar with the Supreme Intelligence Global, it says pay two once per turn, move a die with a purchase cost 2 or less from your use pile to your prep area. Sidekick dice are considered to have a purchase cost of 0. So you pay 2, move them from your use pile to your prep area, something that you just bought with a 2 cost. Those Psylocks that we're trying to use for masks to fill the sidekick,
Jaunties.
Yantis, things like that. Is unblockable Yanti still unbanned? I think it is.
I believe so.
Mm. All right. Interesting.
And yeah, I think that's probably one of the better churn pieces. Because if you have a low to the ground team, Supreme Intelligence has got to be an auto include, honest.
For sure.
Because swinging with the Yanti when you have an action that you use, yes, you did that 3 damage. You got to make sure you have the 2 to bring it right back over.
Right. But again, with the whole thing of the 2-team takedowns, you can only have that on one of your 2 teams.
Two versions
So
of it.
again, it's
Yeah.
you've got to have something for your other team as well. And so that's,
And it's got to make sense for your other team. So yeah, there may be 3 Supreme Intelligence left, but if you don't really need those 2 cost characters, then maybe it doesn't really make
Yeah.
sense for that team.
right. So again, that's where it's we're not at that real easy cookie cutter stage
Mhm.
that we were in season 1, season 2. You really are going to have to start getting inventive with your combos and your builds, which is the reason
100%.
we love Legacy. You know.
Yeah. That's why I love it. You get those brain puppies going.
Yep.
So the return of brain puppies.
Oh man.
So those are some really good choices. I can't think of any other ones off the top of my head. Like I'm not 100% um like I was with the older before rotation or before they went straight. What is it, LCG?
hmm
Um, so I'm not 100% on what's a good churn at this point. But what I can't really think of anything. Like I don't know. Is that
Yeah. Well, and this is where I think, at least, if I were to play one of the teams, I would be looking at as an investigate team with Ricochet and Spot.
mhm.
Ramp. You've got ramp and churn built in right there with your win con right there. And again, that's what we're talking about, is building your team so that the pieces that are in there meld well with the combo you need. And that style team has 5 or 6 pieces it needs, but if you can have 2 of those pieces playing double duty, great. You know,
Yeah, and Michael Warner pointed out the Mimic is still out there. It's just
but
Mimic
you don't have the
without the
sidekick makers.
PXG. Yeah, the sidekick tougher to do it. There's a lot of people that can play Mimic without actually needing a sidekick maker, like
I'm never
Chris
one of them.
and Ben. It's not. I can't do it either. It's not for me.
I've never been able to make mimic ramp work for me with
Oh, really?
any
Just
tech.
at all?
I just
Atlantis. I think Atlantis is gone. There's
One of them's gone for sure.
both of them. Is there multiples with that global?
Wealthy Kingdom is gone. So
And
let's see.
Captain America, he's there, but he costs 2 to fill the site, right?
believe
So
so, yes.
Vast Kingdom and City and Stronghold. The global on that one says pay a shield and a fist, move a sidekick die from your use pile to your prep area, field a different sidekick from your use pile. So that's kind of like old school. What is it? Star Labs.
Star Labs, yeah.
Mhm.
Instead
Yep.
of a Bolton or whatever, it's a fist and a shield. So that's kind of good also because you get to prep and to do as much as you can. Almost 2 different sentences. So you get to move one to your prep area and then also fill the sidekick. So it costs 2.
That's a good ramp and churn.
Yeah, that might be making some teams. Gotta
Good on you, Michael. Good on you.
yeah.
Don't give away all of your ideas here. Keep some for yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
But seriously, give us all the ideas.
Give us all the ideas. Come
Well, you can give me and Chris all your ideas. We're not playing, so.
Let's see, modern era. All right. Yeah, so there is the pay 1 and a shield, fill the sidekick die from your use pile. How about a hand, son, and squad leader, Captain America? Both of those have that global on it, and I don't think either one of them is banned, or one of them is.
I don't think any of the caps are banned.
How about a hand, son, is banned, but
Okay.
the other one's not. So you still have one squad leader.
So Mimic is gonna still be quite a good thing.
Yeah, there's some mimic stuff to do.
We need to
Can
get
you do a mimic?
we need to get Ben and Joe on here at some point to talk about what are good things left, because the last time before season 3 we went so long because they had so many things they had and ideas for. It was ridiculous.
You mean before season 2?
Season 2. Yeah, you're right. I'm an idiot. Okay. All right. Thanks for pointing it out.
I have no shame.
It wasn't hard. Cheers.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I pretty much stick with the same things that I've always played, so it's hard for me to like go outside the box. I'm starting to try to do that a little bit more, but it's also when I'm starting to play a whole lot more Magic than I am Dice Master. So.
Yeah. For sure. Samesies. But I still I love Dice Master still, so I'm gonna keep playing it.
And you still love Mr. Fix-It.
And I love Mr. Fix-It, and I'll probably run my Mr. Fix-It the correct way this time.
Mr. Fix-It did a whole lot of damage in Weekly Dice Arena last night.
Really?
Yep.
Sweet.
The other Ryan was playing him.
There's 2 of you?
Yeah, there's another one. There's another one of the with that name running around.
There's a
He's
good
up in
one
Canada
out there.
Yep. The good son. But yeah, he was running a Fix-It team last night, and he was wrecking face with it pretty well. So
awesome.
I think
Good
he went
job.
undefeated all night.
Badass. Congrats.
I had
Canadian
to cut out
Ryan.
just before it ended, so I don't know if it was him and Troy in that last match, but I believe he was in the lead when I walked out. So
sweet. So yeah, congrats to Canadian Ryan for busting face with Mr. Fix-It. I am very proud.
And being the good Ryan.
Being the good Ryan, congrats on that.
I'm just the silly, stupid Ryan.
Yeah. I didn't mean to agree with you. I just said yeah. Okay. So what else have we got? What would go good with Hawk and Dove combo?
Any kind of ramp, because Hawk's the big piece on that one, and and so you could use Mimic on there, and then I would that Atlantis Global seems too legit to quit, honestly. Then you want to have like Malekith or Truce on the team, and have as many doves as you possibly can. It making sense. So maybe I know you hate this, but big entrance possibly.
Oof, big entrances.
You hate that
I
one.
used to love it, and now I hate it. It just doesn't work for me anymore.
I think it's a little bit of a Timmy card. I'll be honest with
you.
No.
The benefit of big entrance is getting the stuff into the bag fast.
Yeah.
So if you have really good bag control, big entrance makes sense because you can get it into your bag to make sure you get it on the next turn. If you don't have bag control, big entrance is a waste.
Yeah.
So that's why you can't use it, Robert.
Yeah, I have the worst bag control. Yeah. My bag just goes everywhere.
So I think with a mimic psychic kind of team, that team could have your psychics be the main, like,
and eat them too.
Yeah.
Don't eat them though.
Have them be one of the main things, but have Hawk and Dove out there as a backup, and have Bishop out there to keep the pingy damage going through, and so you have a bunch of blockers. It's going to be a go wide strategy because there's no Green Devil masks. So there's no punishment for going wide. So I think honestly a go wide team with a big damage to their face would be good. But if they have Bishop themselves, you're kind of screwed. Kind of screwed yourself.
Played yourself.
Played yourself.
I want to
I
see
just
another Warriors 3 team go.
was looking at this, and there's one that's not banned that I didn't think about till just now, and that
Give it to
is
us.
Venerable Dreadnought.
Yeah. Dreadnought is still out there, everybody.
Oh god, I hate that
So
card.
disgusting.
I hate that card.
Yep, that's gonna be a.
I'm surprised that card didn't get banned the first time. Like, it's ridiculous.
Well, and then the Black Widow agent is still out there. So,
What does that do?
I hate Venerable Dreadnoughts.
I'd almost be somewhat interested in running a
Agent
as
is still
close
out
to
there?
the as close as possible to the team I ran at one big weekend. The Fetid Bloat drone with Venerable Dreadnought and Joker, Poison Ivy, and Black Adam.
Oh. That's gross. That's
yeah.
gross.
Interesting. Bloat drone.
It's not a fast team. In no way, shape, or form is it a fast team, but it is definitely.
What is
It gives you a good control, and you can basically just wear your opponent down. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Confront the mighty. Okay, I see it now. Target character die you control has attack equal to defense of target opposing character die until end of turn. Those two character dice deal damage to each other equal to their attack. So it's just
I used
a
that
boy first, I think.
on my Nats team. That was so good.
So
good that I didn't win that many matches. It's a good way to deal with some Iceman teams.
Yeah.
But yeah. I love Confront the Mighty. That's a really good control piece. It's an awkward one, but it's good.
I had to figure out how to fit that Black Widow onto a team.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Very carefully.
I'll just put Dreadnought on my
just
fixer
shove
team,
it in.
and then I'll put Black Widow on the other team.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. I'll just do that. There we go. Balance it out.
And by the way, what Robert says right here, he won't remember, and we'll have to go back and watch the video and then rebuild his team.
Yep, it's 100% accurate. 10 would agree.
Though I'm thinking I may put a bounty out to see if we can get someone to get Common Kate Bishop banned. If someone can get it included in their team and get through and win and get it banned, we may have to give a special prize for that.
Perhaps a spoon?
A 3D printed Kate Bishop card.
I don't know. What do you guys out there think in chat and whatnot? I know.
I don't think I'd care about winning that if it meant winning a tournament. That's so awkward. It's so awkward.
Joe is putting teams into the chat. What are you doing?
We'll do that
he
next
says
week.
Those are the teams he's running. So
we'll do that next week.
Yeah, next time you're able to make it to the stream, we'll let you actually go over your teams. I'm not going to attempt to try to describe your teams. My brain's not in that state.
My brain puppies aren't ready for this.
My brain puppies just had puppies, so it's a real big mess.
That's bad.
It reminds me of that Little Dicky video pillow talk. In the middle of the thing, his brain just starts coming out. Bring out poop. Bring out poop.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I shared it with you. Pillow talk.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch the video.
Oh my god, it's hilarious.
My life.
It's hilarious.
Sorry.
But
Poison Avi.
Poison Avi.
All right, so sign up for the tournament. Links in the description. I put it in there officially.
Officially.
You may have to refresh the page, or I might have to. I don't know. I'm confused about the whole entire situation. But if you also go to
But yeah,
if you go to CRGR Rocks, you'll be able to see it there too.
crgr.rocks, or also in the Discord. Discord, there it is, right there
Wherever you
in the
go,
Discord.
it's there.
How did it get on my wall?
I don't know.
It's not.
I put it there when I was over there on Saturday.
It's written in blood. It's weird.
Yeah, we don't talk about that anymore.
Yeah.
Don't look.
So now that we have the tournament talk conversation, let's get into just a free reign. And you guys okay with me talking about Disney Plus?
Can you rant on Disney Plus for 19?
Yeah, I think I can.
Challenge
All right.
accepted.
It's time for
Old man
new-
Chris and old man
Old
Ryan.
Man Chris. It's time for the new segment, Unpopular Opinions.
Unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
Okay.
With Chris and Rob.
So this week we have our guest, Chris, who has a very unpopular opinion to share about a specific show that has taken the world by storm, especially one particular character.
I was going to say, one
And
character has taken
One
the world
character
by
has taken the
storm.
world by storm.
You know
Not
why
the
it's only
show.
the one character? Because the rest of the show is garbage, and so is that character.
Whoa, hey, come on. Let's start from the beginning. Okay.
Okay, in a
Chris-
galaxy
Chris-
far, far away.
A long time ago.
I thought it was in a shit pile far, far away.
in a
That too, that
galaxy
too.
far, far away.
Okay.
Tell us
I'm
your
not gonna.
unpopular opinion.
I'm
No
not-
spoilers.
I'm not
Don't
going to go into
spoil
the
it for the
Ryan
audience.
explanation of the show. We don't have time for that. But in
Here,
my,
I'll have some drinks while you're doing this.
Oh my god.
I watched.
That's a
The,
legit
I
drink.
watched. Wow. Okay.
All right, it's that kind of party.
I watched the first 4 episodes because I got the free thing. The wife wanted to do the free thing.
Of what?
Of Disney Plus.
Oh.
The movies on there are okay. Whatever. You can pretty much watch them a lot of other places, and a lot of people own them digitally. Otherwise, like Robert, he has a lot of the movies on there.
What?
And
Yeah.
Ryan does, like everyone does, because there's been the ability to have digital copies, which Disney was the forefront of before. So if you have all those digital copies of stuff, there's no point to buy the thing. The show.
I'm going to correct you real fast on that one, because Disney they've added scenes that the only place to see those movies with those scenes in it is on Disney Plus. They're not going to release them anywhere with those scenes in it. And that pisses me off. But I'll let you get back to what you're saying here.
Exclusives.
There's a
Go ahead.
there's a big shrug on that for me because I don't really care. So I was kind of excited to watch The Mandalorian. That's the big reason I wanted to try it out.
The Mandalorian. Here we go.
Because
Strap
everyone,
yourselves in,
Mandalorian.
everybody.
everyone talked about how great this stupid freaking show was, and everyone said, "Oh no, it's worth the price of admission for Disney Plus." I just tell you right now, no, it's not. It's a kids show with violence and a baby Yoda, and that's it. That's all the plot line right there. They don't go into a very good character development at all. They do
keep it all a mystery till the final episode of the season.
Yeah, I like to call character development watchable, and they just don't do that. People can disagree with me about that because they do have flashbacks, but they don't explain anything. It's a mystery of who they're talking about in some of the stuff. You assume it's the Mandalorian, but they don't exclusively say that. In part of it, they do, but they don't really develop the character of the Mandalorian that much, and he's supposed to be the good character that you're supposed to get behind, the anti-hero hero of the show, and you just don't. I don't feel like there's anything about the guy that I can get behind, except for the fact that he saves a hairless furball that looks like Yoda, and everyone's going crazy about it, and they don't explain any of the backstory of the thing that looks like Yoda, and they're probably going to do that later on. It can't talk. That's one thing, but I don't know. I feel like it's just a kids show with violence and a baby Yoda, and that's it. And it's if anyone tells me anything different, I'll just be like, no, it's not. You're confused about what Star Wars is. It's not that good.
Yeah, I'll say this. I have not watched a single episode of The Mandalorian. I have not watched anything on Disney Plus. I don't have it. You know, based on what memes I've seen, what people have talked about that I've seen and whatnot, I from the very day that the baby Yoda came out there, I've been saying that I will put money down on the table that this is Yoda reincarnated, because they've already stated that, force wielders can, reincarnate themselves and blah 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 and all this stuff.
But Yoda
And the
being powerful.
timeline of when this character is showing up and where it's at in there would be right around the time after Yoda dies that this baby would appear. So I think that's going to be the big reveal, which to me is not that big of a reveal,
The,
Wrench,
the, the only,
wrench. Here's a wrench in that theory. If that's the reincarnation of Yoda, and Yoda shows up as a Force ghost in the Force Awakens, and at the end of Empire Strikes Back or whatever the last movie is, or Episode 6, then why is he a Force ghost if he's been reincarnated?
hold on.
Who says you can't be both?
Oh,
For one thing, they state how old the baby is. Like, spoiler alert right now, and I hope you guys don't mind this. He's 40 years old.
that baby's 40 years old.
Yes, 40 years old, but in their
Older than
species,
me.
that's a baby still. So that might throw a wrench in the reincarnation thing, unless the time is not
That
linear.
would, again, as I said, I haven't seen any of it. I'm just going based off memes and whatnot. So,
But we also don't know if the time is linear for reincarnation, because that's not explained in there. And there's some cultures where they say that reincarnation, you're not going to reincarnate one after the other life. It could be you reincarnate as something from thousands of years ago. And in fact, there's actually a theory that God is everyone, and he keeps getting reincarnated until he figures things out. So that's kind of weird, but that's a theory. And so that's why reincarnation is not a linear thought.
right.
So
I like Disney Plus, so
what have you watched on Disney Plus, Robert?
I'll tell you exactly what I've been watching on Disney Plus. The X-Men animated series from the 90s. So
Out
I've
of
been watching the
order.
crap out of that. Is it out of order?
Yeah, they put all the episodes out of order from what they
Oh.
originally aired on and what they were supposed to be aired on. So they effed that all up.
Oh, well, whatever it is, I'm on like episode 5. So
Yeah.
I'm watching
Which is
that.
actually episode 100.
No, actually, I believe it's episode nine or something like that. I mean, they are seriously out of order.
Wow. Well, either way, I've been watching that. So that's the only thing that I've been watching on Disney so far. I'm waiting for The Mandalorian to finish so I can watch all of them back to back. Just binge it. So yeah.
Maybe it'll make a whole lot more sense if you can not have to wait.
And then that's my biggest gripe with the Disney Plus, and it goes back to actually DC Online,
DC Universe.
in that DC Universe, Disney is better than the DC Universe in that it has the back catalog. It has all the stuff that day one they were able to come out with. You have all this content, all this stuff, great, that's there. But the new originals they're coming out with in not in binge ability, here's the whole season, in one day, but they're weekly episodic releases. And the main reason DC did it was they didn't have the content in fast enough time. They were still filming episodes of Titans, and so they couldn't put everything out in one. So they were doing just weekly episodic, and then they went with Doom Patrol. They went with Justice League, or not Justice League, the Young
Titans?
Justice.
Oh, Young
And
Justice,
then all
yeah.
that stuff. They just continued it with we're just going to do it as weekly release. And Disney's followed suit with that. We're just going to do it weekly episodic, and I don't like watching TV that way anymore.
Yeah.
It's so for me, just from that standpoint, I'm going to wait until Mandalorian and the first Marvel show, which I believe is supposed to be Falcon and Winter Soldier,
Ooh, it's gonna be so
are
good.
complete, or not complete, but season one complete. And then I'm gonna get a free trial and binge them and go away. The next major issue I have is with a lot of the stuff that's in their old library, they've altered and are not making those changes available in any other way. They in some of the alterations, they've added in deleted scenes like in Endgame. They added in a scene with Tony Stark, talking with his daughter. They've in Star
And
Wars: A New
Solo.
Hope, they modified the Han Solo Greedo who shot first scene. You know,
Han shot first. Period. Can't convince me
Yeah.
otherwise.
If you go by original
That's how it
theatrical
happened.
release, 100%, I agree with you. If you go with the original script, no, Greedo was actually supposed to shoot first. It's when it got edited after they filmed it that the lady who did the editing changed it that way, and Lucas has hated it ever since, and that's why Lucas keeps trying to change it back to Greedo shooting first. But we're going into a whole nother thing. I agree 100%. The core of Han Solo's character after that point was he was a scoundrel. He was going to shoot you first. He was out for himself. And that created his arc of coming back and saving Luke and all that stuff at the very end that much better.
Yeah.
That you had this scoundrel willing to put himself on the line against the Empire,
A really lovable anti-hero.
Right. But again, we've changed, but they, a lot of the older stuff, the original Dumbo, they cut out the Black Crows. Their
I thought they
song
left them in there.
No,
And they just
cut,
put a
They
disclaimer.
put
at
a
the
disclaimer
beginning.
in all the racist crap that Disney used to do.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm sorry. That's right. The new live action Dumbo, they cut them out. In the original animated
Okay,
one,
yeah.
they put the disclaimer on there and stuff like that. So it's. I dislike the fact that they're going through and they're altering all of this stuff, and that making it the only place you can see those alterations is through that venue.
But also, that's what you're paying for.
Yeah.
You're getting this exclusive content.
But
from their server.
I bought.
How many times have you bought Star Wars, the first one?
Well, how many times have I bought the original trilogy of Star Wars? I have at least 6 different copies of it on physical media.
Yeah. So Ryan's paid for the versions of it. He should be able to get the versions of it. I agree with Ryan.
I've paid for the original theatrical release on VHS. I've got the THX version. I've got the special cut edition, the special cut THX edition. Those are all VHS releases. Now let's even talk DVD and Blu-ray versions. Yeah, so, and I've bought them all digitally as well. But the fact is they've altered them yet again. And the only way for me, there you go. Hey, somewhere I've actually got the original beta versions of them.
Video.
You stole it from Blockbuster.
I bought it from a vintage toy store.
But by the way, Jazzy, them calling those stupid movies live action is a slap to the face of every digital artist out there. Period. It's not live action. It's still animation.
Yeah.
Well, so like Beauty and the Beast, I'll give them live action on that one. Okay.
It was digitally drawn. It was digitally drawn.
No, there was one character that was digital, but I mean, the other characters and whatnot. But it's like, okay, Lion King. What the? I'm dropping. What the fuck?
We told Ryan he could cuss now, so he's gonna take full advantage.
I've reserved myself. I haven't used it till just now.
Mel hates the new Lion King. She hates it.
The Lion King. What the hell is live action in this? Nothing.
Money. That's what's live action in it.
There's nothing that's live action in that. It's all computer animated still. It's very human realistic animation.
Which is concerning because considering they're animals and they should have animalistic realism. Like Milo and Otis, how they did that, where they had the voices in their head speaking. That made more sense than the Lion King now.
Yeah, but it's one of those, okay, you took something, you took something that was animated and worked well in that original animation. You're now updating the animation to higher quality CGI. Great. But don't call it live action. It's not live action. Okay? Now you've got Lady and the Tramp that you're coming out with.
Lady and the Tramp stand.
Yeah, it's one of those, okay, there's no humans in this to be live action. Why are we calling this live action? Then you go to the far next extreme. You're coming out with Mulan, and the one character in it that should be animated, the fucking dragon, and you remove him. He's not even in the damn movie.
I'm fine with that. I watched Mulan, the animated. I didn't think it was that great. So get rid of him. Make it a serious Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon movie, and I'm all about it.
Great, and I'm fine with that. But it's one of those. stick with, you're redoing and making all these live actions. Okay, but you've already added all, done all this. Why are you removing this character that was a integral part of the story as you told it? You
Mm,
know?
I didn't care for him. He could have just not been there, and it would have been fine to me. So
I
I'm
I
not
have no
against it.
I have no opinion about Mulan. I watched it and I was like, okay, it's okay enough. I don't
It's a
really
movie.
care. Yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
I am interested in the remake though.
you would be.
I am.
As far as Little Mermaid, I've got huge issues with that whole story to begin with. The girl made a contract, and then she doesn't like the deals of it, so she gets her dad to get her out of the contract.
You got to
You
be
know,
17 to sign for a contract, dude.
it's one of
She wasn't
those.
old enough.
Oh my god.
Ursula
It's
Mitter
one of
signed
those.
it illegally.
Who's the real villain in this one? The big nasty octopus who actually was just very
offering a
upfront.
service.
This is what I'm going to do.
I bet you think
I'm
Danny,
not hiding anything from you. Oh, you don't like what happened, so you're going to get me killed now.
You also think Danny Russo was the bully, don't you?
No, I'm not that guy. I mean, there was equal abuse on that one.
Jesus Christ.
Crane kick was a fucking that was
That
an
was
illegal
illegal.
move. That was an illegal kick. Doesn't matter anything else.
Oh my god.
That's actually me, saying that because I used to actually, be in tournaments like that.
Did y'all
That was an
watch-
illegal kick.
Did y'all watch Cobra Kai?
I've watched most
I've watched
of it.
season 1 of it. I have not watched season 2.
I heard it was good. I've never given it a try.
It's
Cobra
good.
Kai was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
It was
Cool.
some of the best TV I've seen in ages.
Oh,
I'm in the middle of season 2. It's not as good as season 1, I'll say that. But it's still, I think it's worth it. It's better than a lot of TV out there, even season.
nice.
But anytime I tell you to watch something, you're just like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
I won't watch it.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm not. I wasn't a big Karate Kid fan anyway.
you know what? You didn't have to be a big Karate Kid fan for it. Whatever you need to know, they show you in flashbacks.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
Well,
literally
there's
can you can start watching Cobra Kai today and enjoy it. You don't need any back history, back knowledge. They designed it and wrote it for the kids who didn't grow up on Karate Kid like we
Gotcha.
did. They grew up on the Jaden Smith Karate Kid.
Which we're sorry about that.
sorry, kids. I will. Another thing. Speaking of like 80s and Karate Kid.
Hey,
I'm
you
a
got
big fan of
12 minutes.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I did 12 minutes there. Was that good enough for
That's
you?
good enough. We got
Okay.
2 minutes left. I'll just say this real popular opinion for everybody. I didn't care for Ghostbusters.
Which one?
The first Ghostbusters. And this, I think I like the
get the
second
hell
one
out
better
of
because
here.
I was a kid, but I don't really care for it. You know why? You know why? Do you want to know why? Do you want to
Sure.
know why?
Tell me
'Cause
why
you don't-
you disliked an icon
Chris.
of a movie.
Chris knows why. Say
Does-
it, Chris.
You had to call them?
No, because
Oh.
I'm not a big Bill Murray fan.
Oh yeah.
If we're being honest, that's my
Okay.
unpopular opinion. Bill Murray is in it. And it's
You
not
don't need
great.
to be a Bill Murray fan. Dan Aykroyd, was fantastic in that movie.
He was
Harold
okay.
Reyes was fantastic. I mean, that was some of his
Mhm.
best work ever.
was
I
okay.
mean, Bill Murray, I mean, yes, he kind of tried to steal the show. And
Too
we're not
much.
going to talk about the second or anyone's after that, but the original Ghostbusters.
The one thing that I will give props to any old school movie is practical effects because I'm a big fan of practical effects. So I really appreciate that. But overall, I'm not a big Ghostbusters fan. So
One quick thing.
I was like, yeah.
The opinions of Robert about Bill Murray are of his own and not of the channel. Okay, you can continue.
Sorry,
Now
Bill.
we're talking practical effects. The flip side of that, Michael, I don't know if you're still in chat or not. Let's talk about the atrocity of what happened to Tron.
Oh no,
So-
oh
The
no.
Neutron?
Yeah.
No, the original Tron
Oh.
was the first movie to use heavily CGI and was up for an Oscar for special effects and then was banned by the industry for it and was told the reason they couldn't do it is because they took shortcuts by using computers to do the special effects instead of doing it as practical effects. And then
now
the
here we
next
are.
year, the movie that won Best Special Effects won it because of its use of CGI
It's the one with that
that
stained
was
glass.
pioneered by Tron.
Yeah, that was the
Wow.
one with the stained glass that jumps out of the window, right?
Lawnmower Man. I think.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember what it was the next year, but it was one of those. The next year, what the film that won it, the
CGI.
use
That's
was
crazy.
heavy CGI, and it was one of those. Wait a second. So now it's okay.
But-
So Tron, got robbed of its Oscar because it was the first one to do it.
Typical.
Let's be honest, Hollywood's a bunch of hypocrites. They're all against like people doing things to kids, but then they harbor sex offenders in their own brain.
All right.
They do, and they
Okay.
harbor sex offenders against women all the time, like Harvey Weinstein. He got away with it
True.
because they harbored him.
Hmm.
It's not hidden. Everyone knows that goes on.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah. So yeah. Hollywood, bunch of hypocrites.
1982, the film was disqualified from receiving an Academy Award for special effects because the Academy felt at the time that using computers was cheating. Wow.
How would Hollywood get around without computers now?
I know.
Right.
That's sad. I didn't really like Tron all that much, but for something like that to be innovative and like everyone knows what it is, that movie, like it's an iconic movie.
Mm-hmm.
And for it to get snubbed like that, that's lame.
Then the biggest atrocity against Tron is actually the Tron Legacy. He's yelling that.
I'm at least glad that they continued the story.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of the story that they chose with, but the fact that they've continued it, I'm okay with.
You're happy they had the freedom to do it, but
right, because they're not, there was a cartoon as well, and so what, they are expanding the universe, and not every time are they going to swing and hit a grand slam. I'm okay with that. That time, with Legacy, they hit a fly ball out to left field and got caught out. Okay, great. You know what? Next time, maybe they'll get a double. Let's see what they get.
They're gonna bunt for a base hit.
Yeah, something.
So Tron was snubbed in '82, and Raiders of the Lost won Best Visual Effects, and then E.T. the Extraterrestrial won the following year.
Right.
Wow.
So
and hot.
But no, it's like to me the greatest sci-fi franchise of all time, Stargate. And not every installment on that one was good.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean as a franchise it isn't great.
Better example, Star Wars. They had some incredibly bad things that they put out, like the Christmas special. And
I've never seen that. I want to see it.
Which is now part of canon thanks to Mandalorian.
Yeah. And there's also some Wookiee thing. It wasn't the Christmas one. It was just like some movie they made just for the Wookiees, and it bombed completely. It was a TV only, and no one watched it.
I've got it on VHS.
Nice.
That's actually worth something now.
I know. It's a bootleg copy of it. But yeah,
I got a VHS player, so we can have a movie night. Okay.
That's a weird.
We are over 4 minutes. Yeah, weird flex, but okay. Sign up sheet is up and ready to go. So just go to the Discord. You can go to crgr.rocks to sign up for the Legacy Season 3 2-team takedown tournament.
You don't have to have your teams. You just sign up. We will create your channel, and your teams can get submitted to that channel anytime between now and the 18th.
Correct. We talked about Ramp. We talked about Churn. We talked about the teams that Chris and Ryan would have played. Joe gave us insights into his team.
But we'll eventually get to his next week when we actually.
We'll get to his next week. He just wanted to put it out there to flex on y'all. So build around that and see stomp on him. And then we got some opinions. So quite an exciting episode today, guys.
Yep, and hopefully before next week, I'll have the rest of my Christmas lights up and get some video of the show, and we can do a review of my Christmas lights.
Cool.
Interesting.
Sounds like a plan. Something new.
All right.
All right. Well, bye, guys.
I see some
Bye.
asshole rolling now. Rowing.
Row. That's going to wrap things up for us here in the CR Game Room. Check out our website, crgr.rocks, for all our latest info. There you'll find a link to help support us via Patreon. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Join our conversations on Discord. Be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for hanging out.